may I help you? And I said, I need to know how to turn you off. And then the thing says, I'm sorry, I can't help you with that. And then I said,
like,
hey, I didn't ask you to turn me on.
All right, welcome everybody to our show, Manitowoc Buzz. I am Ken Ivey, the co-host, and we have our lovely Lisa Carlson.
Hey everybody, thanks for being here. We love when we have guests, and that's what we have today, is guests.
Yes,
from the Clipper City Co-op.
We have fooled 3 people into coming onto our show.
Yeah,
what we got
nice
here
people.
Are the ladies from the Clipper City Co-op, who is doing all kinds of crazy good things here in town. And so let's just, could you introduce yourselves, and then we'll talk about Clipper City.
Sure, I'm Jill Iverson. I'm Kim Everett.
And my name's Kath Poppy.
And we are Clipper City Co-op.
Well, we're only 3 of. Are there 7 of us on the steering committee?
Yes.
7. So there's a whole bunch more.
These are the head honchos, though.
Well, not really.
And you know what's really nice? You know what's really nice about having them come on and introduce themselves is that they say their last names correctly for us.
Exactly, yeah. I've had trouble with
We sometimes
coming
butcher
from Tennessee, it's pretty easy, Caldwell, Smith, Jones.
Yeah.
And we've got lots of big
These
fancy
are
names
our
here.
names are pretty easy
Yeah.
though. Everett, Iverson, Happy.
All right, so,
Oh, absolutely.
Tell us what the Clipper City Co-op is all about.
Okay, there are a few of us that started, actually, kind of funny, started on social media with one of the members of the steering committee putting out a request to find out who else thought we should have a community-owned grocery store, a cooperative grocery store in our community. And within just a matter of day, actually the first day, I think we got up to 90 likes on our Facebook page. We created a Facebook page, we got together and started having coffee and talking, and that was 3 years ago. Since then, we have been laying down the foundation to have a community-owned grocery store in our county, probably in our historic downtown in Manitowoc, which will service our whole county.
So a community grocery store, maybe a lot of people don't know what that is. I know what it is, and I know why I love going to them, but maybe you could explain a little bit, or someone could talk about that.
Well, cooperative grocery store is owned by the community, basically. So members own one share per household of the grocery store, and they direct the path of that grocery store. So they choose, the product and the services and things like that. The day-to-day operations will be done by a general manager who's, skilled in operating a grocery store, but the big ideas come from the community. So it's managed daily.
So you might be asking, Lisa, why do we need another grocery store in town? Would you be asking that?
I would be advocating for that, but yes, also I might ask that as well. Tell me why a co-op grocery store would be an added value.
One of the things that'll be different about the co-op, and there'll be a number of them, is that we will feature a lot of locally produced goods. And so that means that we are keeping our dollars in the community. We're being good stewards of the earth because things are not traveling so far. Foods are more natural. Foods are more nutritious because as foods travel, the nutritional value goes down. And we're supporting our neighbors, one supporting another. We're not going to have only locally produced goods because we all like coffee and we all like limes and things like that. And this will be a full-service grocery store where you can do a week's shopping, because that's important too. That's a big part of our mission, is that it be a full-service grocery store.
And I think another really cool thing is the co-op is a community place. It's a place to bring people together. It's a place to have music. It's a place to educate on what's healthful, and it's a place to meet your neighbors. It's a place to gather. So that's not the vibe I get when I'm in a grocery store.
And one of the other things is a cooperative really, as Kath mentioned, is a community hub. And it'll be neighbors serving neighbors, educating each other on what's healthy, what's organic, what do labels mean, really providing a service that's geared towards what the shoppers need and want, because it's owned by the shoppers in the community.
And hopefully in time, the Clipper City Co-op becomes the hub, the food hub, so that our local producers, which we have many organic, sustainable producers in our community that need a place to bring their goods, to share their goods, other than just the farmer's market. And one of the exciting things is that our downtown will be revitalized.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It takes 750 to 1,000 owners to make a co-op work. So that brings all those people to our downtown shopping. And most co-ops draw from a pretty large geographical area, because this isn't something. There are co-ops in Madison and in Milwaukee, and there's one in Sheboygan. And this is not a process that we're inventing. There are thousands of co-ops all over North America, and co-ops have been in existence a long time. But it's really the time for it now. People are really looking for help in finding ways to get good, healthy food.
And even from a perspective of bringing tourism into a community, I know when I travel, I like to shop at co-ops. So a lot of times, I'll look for a community and I'll stay in that community in an area that I might be traveling to, just because they have a co-op. And that just is a message to me that they are really tuned in to a local movement, healthy, active, community hub type of environment. And that's what I'm looking for.
I think that's kind of the important point, is the difference between these grocery stores and your everyday run-of-the-mill grocery store is you can find locally sourced good food. A lot of it is organic, probably 99% of it. I don't know if that's an exact number, but places like the Outpost in Milwaukee. I mean, right now, here's the problem. I've got to drive over an hour to get to one of these places that has a great selection. So having something like that closer to home would be really good. And I mean, with all these Earth Day events and all these green events, you see hundreds of people come into these things talking about the food, where can they get food, and so we've kind of right now got our little networks built. But if we want a full service place, we need to probably build one here in town.
There's a food movement happening in Manitowoc, and it's been growing over the last few years. We're working at bringing locally sourced foods into the school systems, bringing locally sourced foods into the daycares, bringing locally sourced foods into the hospitals. And that's already starting, where hospitals are procuring locally sourced foods, and school food directors are starting to think about, where can I get my food? And that's a question we would really like everybody to be asking. Where's my food coming from? Who's my farmer? And is this real? Is this real food, or just food-like? Mm-hmm. So it's exciting to see the co-op growing. Our community garden recently, that is a movement. It's a lifestyle change that Manitowoc County is really embracing.
And there's a lot of people locally who really want to be involved in that movement and really want to provide good quality food to the community. And the more we could provide a market for that opportunity, the bigger that business will grow. And then obviously that is an economic boom for the county, to have an agricultural community growing.
But one of the biggest questions people ask us over and over again is, why can't you just open tomorrow? Why have you been working on this for 3 years? And we're working very hard to create a very good foundation. We're following, we didn't invent the process, but we're following a process that has been laid out by other co-ops around the country, around North America. And we're about 3 years into a program that's supposed to take 4 to 5 years. And we're right now at the point where we're getting ready to have house parties. We're very excited about this. We're having our first house party actually this weekend. And yay, house party, house party. So, and a house
So
party.
is potato vodka on the menu?
You know, it could be at some house parties because house parties are going to reflect the character of their hosts. So someone could get invited to a house party. You guys watch out for your invitations. And then we'll be hoping that we'll be bringing on our seed members. And our seed members those are people who are buying the first shares in the co-op. And which is a little complicated, but you learn about that when you come to a house party. Or just come to hear about the co-op. And then you have the opportunity to host a co-op. Steering committee members will come to your house and help you to invite your friends. So it's a real grassroots movement. It's going to be a lot of fun. And we're excited about it.
And we're trying to get 100 members by the end of the year.
Yes.
And we have no qualms. I think we are very confident that we're going to get our 100 members.
Yes. We already have 7.
Awesome!
Woo-hoo!
You have to start somewhere.
Yeah, that's the 7 steering committee members. We've all bought shares.
And so is Facebook the only method right now to find you? And I want to make sure that we tell people where you're at on Facebook for information.
You can Facebook us at Clipper City Co-op, and there will be. We also have a website, www.clippercitycoop.com.
No, it's actually
Excellent.
No, it's .com.
.com.
Oh, it's .com. You're right, it's .com.
.com.
We'll put a link below.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay. That's
Yeah.
great technology. You guys are amazing.
For people
Yeah. Go ahead.
for people who want to learn more about the co-op, we brought along our amazing poster for Food for Change. It is actually a video. We're showing 15-minute snippet of the video on Tuesday, May 19th at 5 o'clock. And what we're hoping to do is educate our community on why a food co-op in local Manitowoc downtown is important. What is a food co-op? Why should you care? And the cool thing about this video is it was put together by 300 other food co-ops, so that have already been through this process. And we're going to be showing a snippet about the Twin Cities and what happened in their community and why that food movement has really grown there, and they're not all that different from us. So,
Kate, Kath, you might mention where. I don't know if you mentioned where.
it's at the Manitowoc Library.
Excellent.
And if you
Great
forget, go
question.
to clippercitycoop.com, and it's on our schedule of events.
Or to
So,
our
tell
Facebook
me-
page.
Facebook, right. So 5 o'clock, Tuesday the 19th, at the library, you can learn more about that video and also more about the co-op. But
And
I'm
we'll
curious,
feed you.
and they'll feed you.
Yes,
Awesome.
locally
Better
sourced,
yet.
by the way, locally sourced snacks.
What are we doing?
It's a surprise. We have a subcommittee working on it.
Oh, great. That's the first I heard of it. I can't wait.
Yeah, subcommittees are.
So-
Yes.
Tell me when the end of the year comes and you have exceeded your goal of 100 people for the seeds and you've done your house parties, what then will move that forward? What's the next step in seeing the
Good question.
There you go, Kath.
yeah.
Okay. So what we need to do is have an official feasibility study done, and we're fundraising in order to one, show that this project is supported by the community, because there's really no point in doing something if people don't care about it. The feasibility study and the business plan are then the next steps, which would include looking for space. And I think all of us are already doing that. Like, ooh,
Yeah.
that would be
Well,
interesting.
The key thing that you said there is business plan and feasibility, more so the business plan, because it shows people that want to make an investment or want to have this, that you all are on the track of keeping accountable, being wise, that you have a business plan, because without a plan,
Right.
it's very hard to chart that. So that, I think, is a key thing to keep sharing with people, is that yes, it'll be great in the community and you'll eat great and you'll feel great and it'll be community wise, but with the business part, that there's a plan in place. And I think that's important for donors and people that want to get involved, because then that tells us how much this has been thought through. And you could say that you met for 5 years and we know you've put your blood, sweat, and tears into it, but that business plan, I think, is key when potential
Absolutely.
people are interested in it.
And-
So great.
A co-op is actually very transparent and very democratic. So on our website, you can actually see the process and all the things that we've done. Our meeting minutes are up there, our agendas are available. Everything is very transparent. So eventually, our business plan and our feasibility study, when we do it, will be up there. Our tax returns are up there, everything. So we're very transparent.
And our feasibility study will also tell us how many square feet our space should be, what our community will support and what it needs. It'll tell us where it should be. Is it important to our citizens? And we're doing a survey right now to determine some information. Do people want to be able to bike to the shop? How important is parking? What kind of food do they want to have? Lots and lots of questions. If you'd like to take our survey, we would really appreciate it. There's a link from our website and from our Facebook page, and please take our survey. It takes about 3 minutes, and that information is crucial for our planning.
Terrific.
And they'll feed you.
And we feed you. Well,
I know. I can't wait for the samples.
You gotta go.
And the move.
And the house parties. We'll feed you at the house parties. So, yes.
So planning house parties, getting seeds, getting that business plan, and rock and roll in a couple of years on a facility of goodness and greatness for the community.
And this year we will be at the farmers market the second Saturday of every month all summer long. And if anybody caught us at last year's farmers market, we fed people then too. So we were like way into potato soup last fall.
Yeah. On the coldest, rainiest, nastiest Saturday of the year.
We had
We were out
hot
there with hot soup. So
That's
should go
awesome.
off.
There you go.
So
What else
first
can you
one
tell
will-
us that? Go ahead.
The first farmers market will be June 13th. So come on by, stop at our table, say hi.
It means a lot to us
Yeah.
too. Even if you've stopped at our table before, come on by and stop again and give us a little love because we need the encouragement. We really do.
Stop 2 times in one day. We won't care.
Right. And we have people that stop, they haven't heard anything about co-ops. We have a lot of people that have moved to Manitowoc from other communities where they had co-ops, and there is a lot of excitement about this co-op. People are really excited. We're doing everything we can to let them know that we haven't dropped the ball and that we're going to make this happen.
Awesome. So remember, May 19th at the library to learn more about the co-op. Remember, house party, because seedlings are good. We need seedlings. You've got a survey to fill out as well. So check them out on Facebook and clippercitycoop.com. And then see them at the farmers market every second Saturday of the month, beginning
He's
June
awesome.
13th.
You are.
How did you do that? That's amazing.
That's why she gets the big bucks.
So, any last things that you think that we didn't cover yet that you want to make sure that you hit it hard to all these people? Volunteers.
We are in need of talented people, and we know we have them in Manitowoc County. So we are growing our volunteer base, and if you go to our website, there's actually an event calendar or there's ways to contact us to let us know if you'd like to volunteer and help us out and make this happen.
There's lots of ways to volunteer.
Lots of ways.
Little things, one-time things, continuing committee work, all the way until we start stocking the shelves. And that'll be, that'll take a whole community to put the food on the shelves the first time.
Or maybe you're the kind of person who really wants to take the lead in a business plan and feasibility study.
That would be good too.
Yeah.
Or
So let me just-
an attorney.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, before I forget, this business plan thing, because I just learned about it yesterday, and it's not a for sure, but I'm putting it in your brain for your notes. The Progress people, former, they may or may not do a business plan competition at the end of this year. So I put that into your brain because you could get dollars for that business plan competition thing. So
Dollars are good, Lisa. Keep thinking on that.
yeah. I won't write your business plan, but I can tell you that that might happen, and you'll find some good work and good help from the Progress people as well. So keep that in mind as well. I think they even have a business plan course that if you pay to go to it, but if you complete a business plan, you get a very big percentage back.
Thank you. Yeah. We are meeting with somebody there, and we also should share that we have had 2 grants from Healthiest Manitowoc County, and we're writing for another grant, right? And we can fill you in more about that later. Sure.
Awesome. Good stuff. Any other last? I got to make sure we got volunteers covered. Remember, it's just could be schmoozing at the booth on a Saturday, right?
Absolutely. That's the kind of people we need, right?
That sounds like fun.
And you don't have to know about the co-op either.
No.
We'll teach you. That's fine.
And we have a lot of little handouts and tools and brochures and all the things that we need in order to educate a community. So clearly we can educate them.
And we're a lot of fun, aren't we?
Yes.
We are a lot of fun.
So how can
Look
you help?
at you.
How can you help? There's a way. You can buy something. You can donate.
Yes.
You can volunteer. You can lead us to other people who might be resources.
Come to a house party. Oh, and another thing, we sell Clipper City Co-op soap made by a local soap maker, and it's amazing. Look at my skin. And we sell locally done tea, organic cotton, or embroidered bags, and T-shirts. Did you see our logo? Our logo. Okay.
So the T-shirts are black, and they have a larger logo in the center, and they're pretty awesome. They're 100% American-made cotton T-shirts, screen printed in 2 Rivers.
Yeah.
What more could you ask?
We do as local, supporting our neighbors as we possibly can.
And our embroidery is done in Manitowoc by Manitowoc Embroidery. So.
That's awesome. Wow. That was chock full of fun and goodness and nutritional value.
Did that sound like a commercial?
Tell you this, the tea was specially made for the co-op, so that's also something very cool.
We should have brought some.
Special tea.
We should have brought some tea. We should have brought some stuff.
You know what? I do this.
We forget to share.
We could have sold some to Ken. It'd be harder to sell it to Lisa over the.
I do the same thing, and what I've decided now is that whenever I go somewhere for my products, if you will, checklist. A little checklist. Anytime anyone asks me to talk or do something, I'm like, what do I got? Okay, makeup, check. Whatever else, so that might help you. Somebody, I was speaking last Friday. I'm like, oh, yeah, I wrote a book. She goes, oh, well, I want to buy it. Do you have one? I'm like, of course not. That would be too organized. I don't have one with me. So I know how you feel, Kathy.
Lisa, my main concern now is when I leave, you'll be talking, so you won't be able to see me stand up off the couch, right? Because this couch is pretty comfy. How's this going to work? Oh, you're going to cut that out.
Yeah, he can edit it, or you can.
Automatically, you'll be vanished.
Website.
I just don't want, like a butt shot.
Well, I want a butt shot.
I bet you if we did put that on the Facebook page, we'd get a lot of likes.
The thought of 3 of us trying to get out of this couch, like at exactly the same time.
I'm up for the challenge. Come on.
Now you gotta do it. Now you gotta do it.
Into this very comfy couch.
Where's Google? Maybe you can pull us up.
We make people do things they don't want to do all the time. Like Matt from 2 Rivers, he blew my mind. He got into this thinking, business, and he was going to tell us, what was happening. And I just threw him for a loop, like, can I get a sign grant by just standing in the middle of the road? And he just lost it. I'm like, we don't want you to be formal. We want you to get up off that couch altogether, because to us it's funny.
Should we hold hands?
I know. Let's get Tom Drill in here to pull us up.
And I'll tell you, this dog over here, Google, has been looking at us the entire time because Cat is sitting in his seat.
You could bust out in Kumbaya if you really wanted to.
We should. Kumbaya. That would be a good hippie thing to do.
Should we tell them about Look of the Day? Weird Look of the Day?
Yes, please do. Thank you for reminding me.
Yeah,
they have to do one, I think.
It's called Weird Look of the Day. I think it would probably be better after you got up off the couch.
Is that like making faces?
We make faces.
Okay.
Good.
Can we do that with you?
You can do that. I would say probably get closer to the. Yeah. I'll show you how it's done.
Which means you have to get up.
Okay, Lisa, you do it now so we can see.
And
See
I do the
that
little
sound
noise.
effect, that's what I like.
Well, the sound effect brings the camera
this has
over.
really been the
Otherwise,
best
you get nothing.
interview.
I gotta go do it.
Someday we have to tell you someday about the radio interview we were supposed to do. We went to the wrong radio station.
We haven't been invited back.
And they told us we could never go back. So you're
There's only two.
And that relationship. Right?
You gotta
Oh,
make
back up a little.
I have to make a noise?
You gotta make a noise so the
Oh,
camera.
I have to
She
make
didn't
a
do it. She's too
noise.
close. You gotta back up. You're not in the, honey, you're not even on the camera.
You're not on the camera.
That's not the camera.
Where?
Okay,
Back
am I
up.
on the camera?
Back
Go
up a
down.
little.
Down. Am I on the
Back up a little.
camera?
Now
Am I on
turn,
the camera?
go to the other side. Yeah, there you go.
I think that's it.
No, like, here, let me see. Is that good?
That was good.
Your turn. My turn. And then we're leaving.
Yes, we're leaving. But that was fun.
That was very fun. Thank you, Lisa.
Sure thing.
All right.
All right.
I'll share the link.
Adios. Adios, muchacho.
Okie dokie then.
Bye.
Bye.